Hi everyone, I'm MaryAnn. I'm a visual artist and voice coach from Singapore, currently in Singapore, and welcome to another installment of my vlog series, Live Your Dreams. So if you're someone who has a dream and you want to make it come true and you're not quite sure how to get started on that, or you have started taking action but you find that it's really hard to continue, you're not sure whether to give up and try something different, well, this is a series for you where I share what I've learned in my journey so far of pursuing my dreams, of doing what I'm passionate about, and ultimately creating a worthy and meaningful purpose for my life. And yeah, so this is a series where I share like my ups and downs, my learnings, my struggles, my realizations, just anything that I believe would really help you, inspire you, encourage you to keep going on your journey, and maybe have deeper realizations also about what is stopping you, or why is this something that really matters to you. Because ultimately I believe that every single person in this world has a dream, and we are put here to fulfill some sort of purpose that we have created for ourselves. And I think, every single life here on earth is like each person, that life that you have, like you are the only person who can live that life. It is unique to you and you alone, and you owe it to yourself to really make the most of it and to really live to your fullest potential. Like, honestly, you don't owe it to anyone else. The only person you really owe it to is yourself. So whatever your dream is, I really encourage you to just go for it and just take action. And even if it's something you have tried and already kind of like given up halfway, just come back to it again. Like really. I know it's easier said than done, okay? I totally know it's easier said than done, because recently I discovered that I have kind of indefinitely paused my own big dream as an artist, okay? So my big dream as an artist right now is to install 100 Dream Tree murals around the world. I created this project, 100 Dream Trees, in 2018. So I painted the first one during my very first artist residency in Spain, and a few months later I had the idea to do 99 more of these around the world. And then in 2019 I wrote the momentum that I had gotten, and I managed to install 7 more dream trees in 5 countries, so that brings the total to 8 right now in 6 countries. And then last year I had a few more opportunities lined up, and then COVID happened, and I decided to stay put in Singapore just because things are a lot less chaotic here compared to a lot of other places around the world right now. And also because I didn't really want to have to deal with all the travel restrictions, all the having to like quarantine for like 14 days before I can do anything. So yeah, I decided to stay put and just wait it out and see what happens, right? And then, in the meantime, over the last 1 year or so, I have been feeling restless. And so I explored other art forms like animation. In the last 2.5 months, ever since I completed my last animation, I actually haven't worked on any art project at all. I have been more focused on sharing my journey, creating these vlog series, updating my social media consistently. And I kind of told myself that, okay, when the next art project comes along, it will, the inspiration will come. And what I didn't realize was that deep down inside of me, my dream to paint 100 murals is still there. And all this time, my friends have actually been telling me, hey, maybe you can do another one in Singapore. Because I've already done one in Singapore, but I can always do more. Um, and I have been kind of using the excuse of that, street art in Singapore is not that widely embraced, so it's really hard to get permission to paint on a wall. Like, there's a lot of legal restrictions around it. And yeah, and now I realize, very, very recently, I realized that this is an excuse that I have been giving myself, because the real reason why I haven't been going for another dream tree is because I'm afraid. Okay, I'm afraid that if I put myself out there like that, I would mess things up. I don't know, I would embarrass myself, I would fail somehow. And this is something that really happens to all of us, that when we have a dream, the stakes somehow are so much higher than something that is just your normal everyday kind of life. Like your job, for example, or like spending time with your family and friends. you know, these are things that you're always going to prioritize that over your dream. Because when it comes to our dream, it is like the most difficult thing to do. And I mean, not that you're always going to prioritize these other things over your dream, but more like at different stages in your journey of going after your dream. You know, many things are going to many things are going to seem like they are far more important than your dream. And unconsciously, we're going to put those things as a priority. And then we would use those things as an excuse to not actually go after the thing that really matters to us. Which, you know, my example showed that very clearly, because I was making all these, you know, was coming up with all these justifications why I couldn't do another Dream Tree mural right here where I am. And now that I realized that, it's like, okay, you know, I need to just nail this thing, because if I can't even paint a mural in my own home country, in my own, you know, city, then how am I supposed to think that it's going to be easier for me to do that in future when I go somewhere else abroad and have to make the necessary connections to actually install another dream tree? So I decided I'm just going to go and do another dream tree here in Singapore. At least, you know, take it step by step and start by finding a wall first, because that is like the very first step. Getting a wall, getting the necessary permission, getting the funding to do it. And then we shall see. But the point of today's video is that whatever your dream is, I know it is going to be difficult. I know that it is going to be the hardest thing you have ever done. And I want to encourage you to really examine what is it that's really holding you back from it. What is it that's really stopping you from just taking action and going forward? What is it that's, you know, what are these voices in your head that are telling you that, you know, this other thing is more important than your dream and you should go and do that first? Because this is a very common thing that happens when there's something that really matters to you that you want to pursue. You're going to find other things suddenly become more important, and we're going to put off the thing that really matters to us. And, you know, really take the time to examine, what is this fear about? Like, is it a fear of failure? Is this fear, you know, some people have a fear of, they fear that they're going to put in all the effort and really put in all their time and energy and invest themselves into this dream, and then it's still not going to come true, and then it's like all that effort has gone to waste. So I wanted to share with you also that I have this fear as well. But then, you know, intellectually I know that everything that I have done so far, even if it results in failure, it's not really failure, it's just part of the process. It's just part of the learning process of getting closer to that dream, of, you know, making mistakes and correcting them and learning as you go along. And intellectually, I think we all know that, but somehow when it comes to ourselves and living our dreams and actually, you know, going through the motions of it, we forget that. Okay, and then the other thing also is the fear of success, right? Like, we're afraid that if it actually comes true, then, oh my gosh, you know, what does that mean for my life? Because as far as we may enjoy, you know, even if you're someone who doesn't enjoy consistency and routine like me, there's still a part of us that wants our comfort zone, and we like our life the way it is now. We may not totally be satisfied with it, but because it is all we know, we kind of want to stay there. We want to stay there. And if your dream actually comes true, it's like, you know, oh my gosh, like, I have to change, like my life would have to change, my comfort zone would be different, like everything would change. And maybe the reality is that nothing would really change, but, you know, there is this fear inside that we're gonna have to change things up in order, you know, once this dream comes true. And that also stops us. So there's so many factors in there that really stop us from going after our dreams, like telling ourselves we're not good enough, you know, telling ourselves other things are more important. And I just want to invite you and encourage you to really be honest with yourself and take some time to really examine what is it that's really holding you back from your dream, and what are the excuses that you tell yourself that keep you from your dream, and really find a way to push through them and get yourself back on track again, and take action and do something and find a way to make your dream happen in the best possible way that you can with the current circumstances that you are in. So if you have enjoyed today's video, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, or you can directly message me through any one of my social media links, which are in the write-ups attached to these videos. And I will see you next week.